You've heard the word algorithm like 1,000 times. TikTok uses it. YouTube worships it. Instagram probably tattooed it on its forehead. But have you ever stopped and asked who actually came up with this whole algorithm thing? Spoiler, it wasn't Mark Zuckerberg sitting in his dorm with a hoodie. It was a guy from over 1,200 years ago. A man with a name so legendary that the word algorithm literally comes from it. His name was Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, and today we're gonna talk about him, the OG coder, the guy who basically invented the rules of problem-solving way before computers were even a thought. So grab your coffee, your overpriced energy drink, or whatever keeps you alive, because we're going back to the 9th century. Al-Khwarizmi was born around the year 780 in a place near modern-day Uzbekistan. Back then, it wasn't just dessert and camels, it was part of a huge empire called the Abbasid Caliphate. And trust me, this empire loved science. They had a whole place in Baghdad called the House of Wisdom. Imagine Hogwarts, but instead of wands, they had math scrolls, and instead of fighting Voldemort, we're fighting ignorance. Al-Khwarizmi worked there. His job? Basically turning ancient math into the Wi-Fi password of the future. So, here's the crazy part. Before him, math was kind of messy. People had ideas, but no clear system. Then Al-Khwarizmi shows up like, all right, everybody calm down. Let's make this simple. He wrote a book called The Compendious Book on Calculation by Completion and Balancing. Yeah, long title, not very clickbait, but this book gave birth to what we now call algebra. That's right, your painful high school memories, your nightmares about X and Y, all thanks to him. But here's the thing, is algebra wasn't about torturing teenagers with equations. It was actually about solving real problems like inheritance, land division, and taxes. Basically, math that decides who gets how much bread when Uncle Ahmed kicks the bucket. Well, Al-Khwarizmi also worked on methods step-by-step instructions to solve problems. And these methods were so good that when Europeans translated his books centuries later, they called them algorithm after his name. Fast forward, the word twisted into algorithm. So when you're scrolling on TikTok and wondering why the LGO or ITHM only shows you cats playing piano at 3 a.m., that's Al-Khwarizmi's legacy, baby. Think about it. Without algorithms, no YouTube recommendations, no Google search results, no GPS telling you to take a slight left into a lake. Algorithms run the modern world, and they all trace back to one guy sitting in Baghdad with ink and parchment. This man wasn't just about math. He worked on astronomy, geography, and even helped refine the Hindu-Arabic numeral system, you know. The one we still use today with numbers 0 through 9. He didn't invent zero, but he popularized it in the Islamic world and later Europe. Imagine trying to do math without zero. Nightmare fuel. Picture this. Al-Khwarizmi writing algorithms was like the first software update for humanity. Him introducing Algebra was the first DLC pack nobody wanted. Everyone had to buy. And without him, your calculator app wouldn't even exist. Your bank account balance, forget it. It would just be chicken scratches on paper. And honestly, when you think about it, he's the ultimate influencer, not on TikTok, not on YouTube, but in history. And unlike most influencers, he actually contributed something useful. So next time someone complains about the algorithm ruining their life, remember this. The guy who started it all wasn't trying to push dance trends or prank videos. He was trying to make math simpler, clearer, and more practical. Al-Khwarizmi, the man who created algorithms, without him, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. And to that, we say, Thanks, dude.